Hey boys, welcome back to some more Rugby League 26 discussion and info, where we're going to be going through this video. We're going to have a quick squiz at the list, at the notes here, and we're going to talk about some of the concerns with some of the points. Now, I want to say straight off rip that, for one, they were playing like an older build. As Odd1X said, they had like set plays. If set plays were in the game, they were turned off. There was, I think he said in the comment section, like manual interchange was turned off. There was a couple of things, and it was an older build, so potentially quite a few of these things would be ironed out or added into the game. We don't know. Also, the other thing I want to make note is that the guy that played and tested it, I'm pretty sure he only played like a couple of games, right? So he didn't play for a couple of hours. He played a couple of games. So quite a few of these things might just be, maybe not indicative of like playing for hours and hours, right? Obviously, a couple of games in, you're not going to be able to, I guess, feel out everything new. I mean, let's be real. When Rugby League Live 4 dropped, a lot of people did not like that game and sort of gave up on it very quickly. I mean, going from Live 3 to Live 4, it was definitely a big stepping stone. Like, it was a big difference, and it was tough. Like, it was tough to sort of get the hang of. And your first game, you're like, man, what is this? Like, the passing everything feels weird. But if you gave it a chance, obviously it started growing you. So again, a couple of games into a playtest, you just have to take everything with a little bit of grain of salt. But let us go through some of the potential concerns, and we'll just talk about them. So I talked about this in the first video, but talking about kicks. So chips are the same, but grubbers are improved. So obviously the grubbers being improved is good, but the chips being the same is interesting. I don't know if he's meaning just the way you do it, like you just tap circle and you do a chip. It would be nice. Something I wish they would do is same thing with like bombs and punts, right? If you hold, I guess it's a bit tricky because the way they have it now, if you hold down circle, you'll do a drop kick, which they could move to another button. Like, they could have, like, you could hit a button and another button for a drop kick. I would much prefer is like sort of the old school games with grubbers as well. Like, if you hold down circle, you would be able to finesse where the chip goes, right? You had, a little bit of slow-mo happen. You could aim the chip like either straight over the top, or you could chip it more to the winger. Like, that would, I feel like that would improve the kicking so much, because a lot of times there's moments where you're like close to the try line and you don't really have time to put in a bomb. Like, you'll try to put up a bomb, the defense will get you literally instantly, or it'd be nice, instead of going for a high bomb, to actually just chip it over to the winger, right? It would be nice if that was part of it. Like, if you wanted just to do your standard chip and chase, like just fast motion, tap the circle button or whatever it is on Xbox, but tap it, he chips it over, you can aim, like you can, which I guess whichever way you're facing or whichever way you push down log stick is where you kick it. I would like, obviously, more responsive with other players, so it's not like Live 4, where pretty much the person who kicks it is the guy that always gets it. Obviously, it doesn't happen all the time, but very often, whoever kicks it it just sort of magnetizes to them. So a bit more reactiveness from the players around you to whoever gets the ball. But if you hold down the circle, and probably like for grubber kicks as well, you're able to just change the trajectory and also the position of where you're chipping it. So you can chip like, you could do like a set play. There might be a set play in the game, and you chip it over like to your right for your winger or your center to chase through, something like that, honestly. But they do say chips are the same, so that's obviously not going to be the case. But that's something I would like to see. But the main thing with even if they are the same, there's nothing like I was talking about. I just hope there's more reactiveness from players to actually pick up the ball on defense and on offense. Just players going for the ball a bit more. You don't want players coming in from everywhere. Like, that's sort of the fine line. But yeah, just a bit more reactiveness from players actually looking to scoop up the ball. A bit more of a contest, I guess, is the best way to put it. Going through, we talked about a bit of that. Again, there's so much other stuff. Again, I might do another video just going over like a lot of the other things I just haven't talked about. Because there's quite a lot here. I mean, there's a lot. What else is there? So yeah, number 34 here, no captain's challenge, which is it makes sense, honestly. Like, as much as I guess it's one of those things that it's a new rule in rugby league, and you sort of thought excuse me, I sort of thought they would probably have to have it in the game just to, I guess, be as authentic as possible. But at the end of the day, like, I guess the way the game is, unless they had, I guess, yeah, the one thing they could have done, actually, which would have been interesting, is animations, like in a tackle animation. Like, a very common aspect of rugby league now is slowing the offender down, right? A couple of players in the tackle, maybe a third man comes in, and if you select someone in that tackle, maybe there could have been an option to potentially try to knock at the ball, like an attempted steal / knock at the ball, trying to dislodge it. Would have been an interesting little aspect to the game. It would have been tricky to implement, I'm sure, but that could have been a decent little addition, and the only reason to have captain challenges, because otherwise, like, what? There's no reason to challenge. Either like a player knocks on, or it's a high tackle, or like it's offside. There's no real interpretations with a video game unless they did add a little sort of sneaky option. Like, if there's 3 men in the tackle, you could hit a button and go for like a sneaky steal, trying to knock the ball loose, something like that, and it's up to the AI to sort of challenge, or they could do it to you and then you have to challenge. But I guess that it's nice on the surface, but it would pose some issues, because let's be real, like, can you imagine like playing online and that happening, and for whatever reason, I don't know, you've lost your challenge or something, and then the rest of the game your online opponent just keeps going for steals and keeps knocking the ball loose? That would fucking tilt you to no end. So there's good and bad things, but there's no reason to have captain challenges unless you're going to add something like that. So it's not really a good or a bad thing. It's just an interesting point. There's no challenges really. Number 35, interesting point. Tries cannot get overturned. I don't really know what this means necessarily. Does this mean that, like, there's no... And again, like, I feel like it's a bit early to tell, because surely there's an animation of knocking the ball over the try line. Like, that's been in games before, where a player comes across for a late last-ditch tackle and he knocks the ball loose, and it goes up as a try, but then they look at it, or even if it goes up no try, they still look at it and it gets overturned. So I don't really know what that means. Tries cannot get overturned. If anyone has any ideas, let me know in the comments section. But surely there's still animations in the game where you can attempt to make a tackle before they score. Hopefully they improve that. I would love, again, like, I mean, just more animations, but also just better trying to hold them up instead of just coming along and sliding. Like the way it is in Live 4, they pretty much just come in and slide with their lower body and sort of make a tackle like that. I would love like a more like realistic trying to actually get under the ball, I guess. But yeah, tricky. Interesting point though. Interesting point that tries cannot get overturned. I don't really understand what that means. What else have we got? I mean, this isn't something that well, it's not a bad thing. It's definitely a good thing. But I thought I did miss it in my last video. Stamina slowly regenerates when a player isn't being actively involved. Now, I feel like that's obviously good. Because Live 4, very interesting with stamina. Because I feel like at times the stamina did improve, but it was so meaningless that it just, like, stamina was one of the biggest issues in the game. So I really, really hope they fixed just the stamina system. There's a lot they could do with it. Obviously, that's nice that a couple of games in, he noticed that the stamina regenerates when a player isn't being involved. But hopefully there's just, like, you don't want your wingers and your fullback being, like, on no stamina, even if they are involved a lot. Like, they play the full game. Like, that's just how it is. So hopefully there's more to that with the stamina system, because it was one of the biggest issues with, like, starting a beer pro player. You couldn't play as, like, a forward. It was impossible in the lower grades. So yeah. What's this one? Number 46. AI can be janky. Try to kick a field goal from their own 20. I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm sure there'll be some janky issues on release. Like, it would be, obviously we want it to be perfect, but it's just not the way the games are. Obviously, nowadays it's very much patching and updating games if there's issues. But stuff like this, yeah, there'll be issue. There'll be little things on release day, I'm sure, but it's stuff that they will address pretty quickly. Lots of similar animations, but new ones are sprinkled in. Again, couple of games played. It's good that he saw new animations. A lot of similar ones. I mean, again, I'm sure people would have loved just, like, all new animations, but it's just not feasible. Not feasible, probably with just time constraints and whatnot, and just being the fact that this is the first game since... I'm actually, you know what? It was something that I was curious about, because this isn't a true blue game. I was wondering if they had sort of the rights to use a lot of the old Rugby League Live 4 animations, right? Because that's a true blue property. It's not Big Ant's property, it's true blue. So I was interested to see if, like, it was very similar, but it does sound like it does sort of base off Rugby League Live 4, which I think is a good thing. I was wondering if it was going to be, like, a completely fresh take, which would have been fun as well, but it seems like they are just expanding upon Live 4, so yeah. Number 56, so fifth tackle and 6 again animations completely block out the scoreboard. So obviously when there's a 6 again and a fifth tackle pop up, it blocks out the scoreboard. Good or bad? I don't know. They could probably make that a little bit sleeker by still showing the score, but just having it pop up differently. You don't really want it to block out the scoreboard, but it's not a huge issue. What else have we got? Couple of big ones here. No, so not a massive one, but no push and shove animations. Again, it would have been nice if there was a bit more depth to it like that. If there was a big tackle and knock on, maybe a little bit of a push here and there, but not the be and end all. But no error animations is a bit of a, that's a bit annoying. Not having that, so it's pretty much just, I guess, how it is in Live 4. The only... Again, I'll be interested to see how errors work, because I'm trying to remember, like, in Live 4, it was pretty much only off a big hit, right? Like, the odd time, like, the ball would sort of go to ground, but there was no real rhyme or reason to it. You didn't just... Taking a hit up, there was no, like, you just drop the ball, like it happens in real life, like a player just Butterfingers fucking drops the ball. Also, like, that's also frustrating for like kicks, right? Like you put up a bomb and there's never a drop ball, there's never a loose ball. It's always one player either catches it or the other player catches it, which is not really how it works. Like very often it goes, it might go forward off a play, it might go backwards, the ball's live. Like that's one of the more exciting parts with putting up a bomb. Like there's a chance to get the ball back because an error can happen, and that might still be it. It's just no error animations, but hopefully there is some form of like, it's a tricky one because you want a bit of randomness, but you don't want it to be overkill because it could be frustrating. Like if it becomes like you put up bombs and there's like a 50% chance you could drop it, like that becomes pretty frustrating. But you do want some form of variance, right? And also it could coincide with like a kicker's stats. Like if a kicker has really good bomb kicking stats, then they should have a higher chance for a ball to spill off a bomb or something like that. So not really what the comment was, but obviously errors and stuff is an important part of rugby league. So I really hope it's not just you put up a kick and one player catches it or not. Hopefully there are some random moments where a player just drops the ball. Like it'll be annoying, like if it happens to you, but like that is part of sports. Like it does happen. So yeah, we'll see if there's any more depth to errors like that. Big one here that I saw like instantly and I was like, no, please no. Number 68 though, offloading is like Rugby League Live 4, which is that one's got me a little torn up. I think the offloading in Live 4 is like genuinely one of the worst parts of the game. I remember seeing, when I was reading through this originally, I saw that point and I was like, I got to make a video on the concerns. Like that was the thing that really stood out to me. I know it's like, it's only a small thing, it's a small part of the game, but I really don't, like the offloading is so bad in that game. It's really bad. Like there's no fluidity to it. It's not even, the worst part about it, it's not even that it's like the offloading is tough to do or anything. It's just the fact that you offload and the ball is like floaty, like it just floats in the air. So you never get a nice chance, like a legs tackle and maybe it's a 2-on-1, you're able to offload it to your left and there's a chance that the ball maybe doesn't go to hand, but if you time it well or whatever, it's a beautiful flat little offload, your wing is away or something like that. But in Rugby League Live 4, if that happened, the ball would like float up and then every fucking cover defender would be there basically to tackle you as you caught it. There's no flow to the offloading in Rugby League Live 4. I genuinely think Rugby League Live 3 had the offloading honestly like perfect. I think the Live 3 offloading was like perfect, barring the only thing that was annoying was that in wet weather conditions, if you offloaded it, you pretty much dropped it 9 out of 10 times. But if it wasn't wet, you would catch it. Like, I don't think you ever... I'm trying to think if you dropped it... You might drop... Maybe you dropped it like 1 out of 10 times. If they could have just fine-tuned that a little bit, like have it like maybe 50% of the time you dropped it off of... Like if it was wet weather and then dry weather, drop it like 2-3 out of 10 times. Maybe 2. Like... That offloading was great. Like, there was times where the ball, like, didn't hit the man, like it went on the ground or something. It didn't always go to a player. Like, that's realistic. And if you hit it well, it felt great because you could keep the flow going. So, that comment, again, a couple of games in, I really, really hope, like, that's just... I'm hoping the person that played just, I don't know, doesn't remember Live 4's offloading because I really hope it's not the same. I really hope it's improved from Live 4. Oh man, it's not gonna make or break the game for me. I'm still gonna love it, but I hope that's part of it because you know you score some great. Getting a nice offload away is one of the more satisfying parts of rugby league. So I hope it's improved. What else have we got? The last little bit here, what's this? Kicking stances looked like Rugby League Live 4. I wonder if that's goal kicking, I'm guessing. Obviously, I feel like it would be a bit of a... I'd be surprised if Big Ant don't have different goal kicking animations, right? Because they've done it now with, like, cricket. Their cricket games, you got different batting and bowling animations, which obviously makes sense. But then AFL, you can choose different running styles. I'm hoping that's, like, I'd be a little surprised. I don't think there's any comments here about the running styles, but in AFL 26, you have different running animations you can choose from when you select make a player, which is cool. And obviously different goal kicking animations. So I'd be surprised if they didn't. Maybe they just didn't get time, but we'll see if there's like a more JT, Hazem Al Masri, like big hook goal kicking. Maybe there's, your Val Holmes fucking draw goal kicking style. Just different, more iconic ones as well. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully there is that sort of depth in the game. Again, it's not make or break, and then you're not going to have every single goal kicker, so there's going to be the odd default one. But it'd be nice, just like if you're making a career mode play, you could choose to have a different style or something like that. What else have we got? Same gameplay angle as Live 4. I mean, I'm guessing he means like all the different camera angles. I mean, fair enough. Like I really like the just behind the back camera angle. I don't really think there's like, I know some people like the side on camera angle. There's not really too many other ones to really go with. I think what they've got in previous games just makes sense, and I think the behind the back is pretty damn perfect. What else? This one's interesting. 85. I saw this after seeing like the ones about tries can't be overturned. Every sideline try is a bunker review, which it sort of makes sense. It just gives a reason to go to the bunker and have a replay. But it's interesting because in the previous point they said tries can't be overturned. Again, I could be misinterpreting what he means by that, but hopefully there are times where the ball is either just in or just out. We want that cool moment where the player like just steps out, or the ball just touches the paint, or is just in to score the try. So hopefully there is that level of, the game is fucking, there's millimeters in the games at times. So hopefully there is that level of detail. And then lots of Rugby League Live 4 animations. So again, it's one of those ones I'm sure people are going to be upset by that if it just looks like Live 4, which, it'd be a little disappointing if there was, like, it's just mainly Rugby League Live 4 animations, but we'll have to see. Again, it's a couple of games played, so we'll see. Interesting one. It's not bad. I got to point it out though. Suoli'i tackle is in. I'm guessing he means the high shot on Reece Walsh, right? Like I don't know what this means, because is he talking about the high shot in general? Because obviously Walsh slipped. I mean, Suoli'i with the big fucking launch at him, is that like the big hit? And then I hope, the one thing I hope with stuff like this is if you go for a big hit, there needs to be a risk reward. There needs to be a risk reward to it, right? Either if you pull it off, you get the timing right, however they want to do it. Obviously, if stats align, like if you're a little player trying to put a big hit on someone big, more chance you get bumped off and smoked. But if you know, if everything aligns, you put off a big hit, there's a chance for them to knock it on. Obviously, it needs to be fine-tuned. You don't, like, Rugby League Live 4 came out, and every time you put on a big hit, they, like, drop the ball. But they fixed it. Like, they balanced it pretty well, I think, in that game. They probably overtuned it a little bit. Like, you pretty much... They really never dropped it off big hits in that game, apart from if they went for, like, a pass, or if they just caught it. So, that needs to be balanced. But then also... the risk needs to be, if you go for a big hit, not only can you get bumped off, but there should be the chance to do a high shot and either get a penalty against you or get sin binned, right? That should be the risk reward for like high impact, aggressive tackles. I really hope there's that level of detail. What else have we got? That's pretty much it for the concerns. Yeah, if you guys see, like, if you saw anything going through this you had a concern with, put it in the comment section as well. Yeah, I might do another video going over like everything else I sort of haven't talked about, but that's pretty much the main talking points. So a few concerns, a lot of positives. Interested to see the game in action, I gotta say. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.